What's going on, everybody? K-Cam here, and in today's video, it's sort of a roster change video, but more so it's just a video talking about the future and just kind of explaining some thoughts that are going through my head. So, first off, I just wanted to say, actually, I don't think any of myself, Nitro, and Huntsman, I don't think any of us have mentioned this on Twitter, but I know Maniac has, and he's also made a whole entire video. Maniac, oh my gosh, wow. Um, Logic made a video on Twitter, or made a video on YouTube and tweeted on Twitter about the situation. And sort of, I mean, I don't really want to say it's a Maniac V3. I mean, sort of it is, but I don't know. I guess there's just something about myself, Nitro, and Huntsman who just make people want to quit. We teamed with Maniac for 3 months, and then we found a ton of his. I really can't talk in this video. I apologize, but we had a ton of success with Maniac in the 3 months that we teamed, and then he decided he didn't have fun playing Call of Duty anymore, and he quit. He quit playing Call of Duty, and then he was supposed to come back in Black Ops 3, but he never did. So unfortunate there, and I haven't talked to him since. So weird, but I guess that's just life. And then I guess we made John take a bunch of breaks, but that was really just because we found other people to play with than him. And then we had Grady, who we teamed with in AW for about 3 months. We made him quit Call of Duty, and he just wasn't having fun anymore. And then Tizzy, the situation was a little different with Tizzy, but I mean, he still left the team, and it wasn't necessarily because he just wasn't having fun with Call of Duty. He just went to another game. So, anyways, in this situation, Logic tweeted about it, made a video, and basically he just decided he wasn't having fun with Call of Duty anymore, and he basically he quit competitive COD for Overwatch, and I don't know. I mean, I understand it's his decision. I can't do anything about it. I'm not gonna try and tell him, oh, you're wrong, you're doing the wrong thing, because honestly, this was something that needed to happen, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But part of me feels like watching his video, he just really didn't think things out, because he talks about like viewership, but Overwatch is like ninth on Twitch as far as viewership. Black Ops 3 was constantly third, and we're talking about when no events are going on. So like no events for Overwatch, no events for Call of Duty, because when there was an event for Call of Duty, they were usually first, and even back at Totino's, they were first above CS:GO, above everything. They were first on Twitch. And Overwatch, I looked today, they were ninth in viewership on Twitch, and I know there's nothing big going on in Overwatch today, but that's around the same level that IW is, and that was literally only a few viewers higher than RuneScape on Twitch, and there were no big streamers streaming RuneScape. So that's just to put that into perspective. And Overwatch, like, I understand, like, yeah, they have a more positive overlook on them, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Overwatch is not quite. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't think he really thought that through as enough right there. And also, Overwatch does get a ton of competitive support, and IW is probably the least amount of competitive support we've had since, I don't know, probably all the way back in the World at War COD 4 days, because World at War we didn't even play that competitively, but actually maybe a little bit before that. We'll say back to, or a little bit after that. We'll say back to MW2, even though I guess MW2 is probably the least amount of competitive support we've had since MW2. So that's one thing. And then another thing that he was talking about was that he was saying, like, I fully believe that I can come back to Call of Duty in 3 years and go pro. You can't. I've been playing Call of Duty since 2009 and since World at War, and I obviously am not at professional level yet, or else I'd be playing with pros and my name would be out there. So it's not easy, and I've been playing this game like it's been my primary hobby ever since I started playing it. I played it, probably the most I went without playing it is, I'll say, 3 months in AW, and I came back and I was garbage for a few months, and that's when I met Tizzy, and so he called me garbage. But I mean, you're not going to go pro by just randomly coming back to a game that you played a little bit. And I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't completely thought through. Who knows, maybe he just wore himself out from playing it too much lately. Who knows, but the point of the fact that still stands is that he quit. He's not on our team anymore, and I mentioned earlier this is something that needed to happen, and I'll explain why right here. So, Tizzy, oh my goodness, I'm messing up talking right now. But Logic is 15, and myself, Nitro, and Huntsman are all 17. Nitro, or actually, Huntsman is 18 now as of December 18th, but Nitro's about to be 18 in February, and then I turn 18 in August. So it's basically the year for us to really to like I guess we're legal to play competitive Call of Duty professionally now. So if we wanted to play in like LAN tournaments, like go to UMGs, MLGs, like we're allowed to do that once we're 18 because that's we're legal. It's in the rules. You have to be 18 plus, and we'll be 18 plus. So why would we team with a 15-year-old who would not be able to go to all these events, would not be able to qualify for champs, would not be able to play in 2Ks, pro point matches, and all this stuff? Why would we wait 3 years for him to be eligible when, I mean, we were going to have to figure out something anyways and find a new fourth regardless, whether it was now or later, and obviously now is better because you don't want to waste a bunch of time teaming with someone that you're not going to be teaming with, and that's also another problem that I have that I'll mention coming up with Huntsman. But it's just like it was just something we needed to do eventually, and I didn't want to go through the process of having to drop someone and then find a new fourth because I struggled with that for so long in the end of Ghost and the beginning of AW, and I didn't want to have to go through that entire process again with Logic. And then so he quit, so basically I'm forced to go through it now. And another problem that I have is just the fact that Huntsman's going into the Navy, so we're basically gonna have a similar situation with him, and he's going like the end of summer, so since he's going into the Navy, he's obviously not going to be able to play competitive Call of Duty and attempt to go professional in that. So it's definitely quite the sticky situation for me because then I have to choose whether to drop him or play out these last few months with him. And I think I'm just going to play out these last few months with him. But the only catch is that he is baseball for a couple months. So we're going to have to not find a replacement, but we're just going to kind of chill out, play some wagers, MWR, 8s, stuff like that until baseball is over, and then we're going to start looking for a fourth because obviously we wouldn't be able to find a fourth that would want to stick with us if we're only playing like 2 to 3 hours a day, if that even on some days. Some days he'd have games we wouldn't play at all, and then I got basketball starting up soon. That's going to last 6 weeks, or actually 7 weeks. Actually, 8 weeks, never mind. So definitely things are just busy right now, so I think we're just going to kind of chill, just us three. We'll still play 4v4s, you know, like we'll find people. I think I'm going to start streaming and start focusing on a content producing side of things again. And whereas like the last 6 months since we picked up Logic, I've really been focusing on competitive Call of Duty and myself as a player rather than as a content producer, as a internet personality. So that's that. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about was a thought that I had before picking up Nitro again, and that was like back when we were teaming with John and Huntsman and Logic, I had 3 problems. John going into the military, and he actually starts boot camp in a couple weeks. So John's going into the military, Huntsman's going into the military, Logic is 15, I'm about to turn 18 next year. I mean, obviously, I feel like I am much higher skilled than, I mean, I don't want to sound egotistical, but obviously I am on a different skill level than all 3 of them, and I think Huntsman and John would both definitely admit that, and Logic, I don't know, he'd probably try and argue that, but I can compete at a professional level. I mean, I wouldn't say I can compete at a professional level. Like I can compete at a professional level, not quite like top professional level right now, but I could compete in a professional level. So I thought that maybe I should just find 3 new teammates that are at my skill level or better, and that way I could have a chance of really winning something, really doing something out of this, and just actually, I guess, making it. And that was obviously the smartest choice for me back then, and I should have done it, but I didn't. And then Nitro approached me, and I was able to pick him up. That solved the problem for John going into the military, and then with Logic doing this and quitting, that solved the problem with Logic. And also, I do feel like there are other reasons that Logic just didn't fit with the team. Like he would always play individually. He'd be off doing his own thing while us three were playing as a team, whether it's on rotation, on reset, on a site. Like it was just always separate. Like it was us and then him, and then he was also a super slow player, and so we'd be all the way pushed up, and he'd still be sitting back just pre-aiming something. And so like just the paces they didn't fit, the play styles didn't fit, nothing really fit with him. In Black Ops 3, just the way we kind of played the maps, I guess it kind of fit a little bit. And then with John being like that like the passive aggressive AR that he was, it kind of bridged that gap. But now we've got myself, Huntsman, and Nitro, all fast players, and Logic a super slow player, and so that really it doesn't fit. And then another big problem that started in IW was that anytime I'd call him out on a mistake or that he's doing something wrong or just anything, he'd get defensive and he wouldn't do anything about it. He'd just get defensive and try defending it. Like if I say, "Oh, you should have pushed this on rotation," and he's like, "No, I spawned out. What do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna try and argue because you're just gonna get defensive again, and I'm just trying to help." And so his attitude in IW started to get really bad, and so that's when I really had to consider dropping him. And then I guess he did this, so he saved me the trouble. And now it's on to deciding what I'm going to do about the whole Huntsman situation. Like I said, I probably got to figure it out. Wait until after baseball, find a fourth, and then I guess just ride that out until Huntsman leaves, and then find a fourth, and then it's sailing from there as we're 18. So that's a plan as of now. Plans do change. I know that better than anyone. Plans definitely do change. Everything's not going to stay the way you have it planned out. So that's what YouTube's here for. I'll make a YouTube video. Like I said, focusing back on my content. Streaming, gonna be hopefully buying this capture card soon. I looked and I couldn't find one at GameStop the other day, so looks like I'll go to the other one. If not, I'll just buy one online and then I'll be streaming. And I guess just focusing on that for the next few months. So make sure you guys follow my Twitch, my Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube. Still can't talk when we're at the end of the video. And anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do know that I missed a ton, and I had this whole video thought out of my head, and I didn't say everything that I wanted to say. So that's always why I go over the gameplay as well. Like, you see me here at the end, and it's just a frozen screen. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button below. Subscribe for more Call of Duty content. And comment if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, concerns, anything. Leave those down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.